Ladies and gentlemen, the open mic is back again, and the stage is looking forward to put together some great stories. We have incredible startups that are on the lineup. How about we waste no time and call upon our person to come on stage? We have from gingermind.ai, Gaurav Mittal. Lots of congratulations are in order for gingermind.ai. National Startup Award this year, 2020. These guys are the winners, which leverages deep tech to help visually impaired. Their customers are city council and campus management committees. They did a pilot with Barcelona City Council in Spain in the year 2019. Let's hear more. Gaurav Mittal from gingermind.ai. The platform is all yours.
Thank you, Sriram. Hi, everyone. Gaurav, one of the three co-founders of GingerMind.ai, and we leverage this small tool which we all carry in our pockets, the supercomputer, to do a few things for visually impaired people leveraging deep tech. There are about 62 million people with vision impairment in India as per 2019 statistics. And the total number of taxpayers is just 52 million. We are talking about individual taxpayers. If you talk about colleges, despite having a big quota, only 3,000 visually impaired students are studying in higher education, and we are set to change that. We use smartphone and deep tech to make campuses or public spaces accessible for visually impaired people. And when I say accessible, this means that with using a smartphone, they'll be able to walk around the campus without any assistance. We put a whole digital map into a smartphone. Solution works offline. We tested it with Barcelona City Council. Our project was selected ahead of 65 international applicants for a paid pilot. And right now we are working with IIM Bangalore, where we are making the whole campus accessible for visually impaired without a single penny. What we want to do over the next 2 years is make 10 institutes of national importance accessible for visually impaired using our tech. We have very recently raised an amount of 200,000 Great British pounds, about INR 2 crore, from a UK innovation fund. And we are looking to raise additional 1 CR from Indian donors, CSR Foundation, as well as impact investors. Our last product, the ID app product, which uses smartphone to read for visually impaired people as well as tell them objects. It has impacted 70,000 users in 160 countries. And with the help of another fund from UK government, we are scaling our solution to Nepal and Bangladesh. 3 co-founders, 3 full-time members, a very small team, totally impact driven. Here is my email ID, gaurav@eye-d.in, gaurav@eye-d.in. Do drop in and connect if you would like to discuss more with me. Thank you so much, TiE Global Summit.
Thank you, Gaurav, for that wonderful presentation. And here's wishing you the very best for the upcoming year and for plenty more to be achieved on your front. Thank you so very much, and congratulations once again. Karthik is here as well. Karthik, I'd like to hand it over to you. Would you want to take over?
Yeah, thanks, Sriram. So I'd like to invite our next speaker for today, Rao from ZBlocks. Rao, welcome here. And I think more than Rao, I'll be talking more about their product. But for this time, I'll give it over to Rao. And it is a very innovative product in the medtech zone. So yeah, Rao, the stage is all yours.
Oh, hi, Karthik, and hello, Sriram. My name is Rao Korupolu. I'm CEO of ZBlocks. We are in the business of providing last mile cold chain solutions in healthcare. We have a big war coming up, basically against COVID-19. Vaccines are getting developed, but these require distribution, and the whole world is gearing up on how to distribute it safely to crores of people, worldwide. While the primary cold chain is reasonably well developed, the last mile cold chain is the weakest link. This is because plastic boxes with simple ice packs are being used currently for transporting vaccines. That's not going to work, in the case of COVID, because the vaccines haven't had the time to really mature, nor we have it in sufficient quantity for all the people. right? So we need to take care of these vaccines and make sure that nothing goes to waste, right? We have a product called Actipod, which is a patent pending solution that we have developed here. It uses active temperature control to maintain the right temperature, whether you are in Rajasthan or in Himachal Pradesh, doesn't matter. It maintains the right temperature, and you can set the right temperature based on the vaccine. So certain vaccines are -20, certain are 2 to 8. Right now, we can't meet the -70 of Pfizer, so I'll just get this out there. But for most other vaccines, we can maintain the safety of vaccine of them really well as they are being transported. It's battery powered, a single person carryable, lasts for 12 hours on a single charge. So this is we feel is a right solution for vaccine, COVID vaccine distribution, coming up. And we are hearing a lot of leads from pharma companies as well as pharma distributors. Our device also provides location and temperature data to our cloud server. So these can be monitored remotely and ensure that the proper coverage is happening and nothing is get lost in the way, and so on and so forth. So our company has been bootstrapped for 2 years with just funding from friends and family. We are looking for 2 crore funding to scale up operations in India and meet the demand that's coming up. Our product has been validated at CCMB AIC for biological safety. So please check out our product at zblocks.com, zedblox.com. And my email address is rkorupolu@yahoo.com. Sorry, at zblocks.com. That's my private address. So our product also comes in 2 versions, 4 liters and 15 liters. 4-liter version is suitable for even ASHA workers to carry. 15 liters is a slightly more capacity that can be used to transport bulk vaccines from one place to another. So thank you for the opportunity to present our idea.
Yeah, thank you, Rao. Yeah, hoping that soon we'll be seeing you as part of the COVID ecosystem.
Yes, thanks,
Yes.
Karthik.
Thank you. So over to you, Sriram. You want to take it?
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our next startup that's going to be taking over the open mic stage. We have with us Manav Singhal. Manav is going to be taking us through the tale of Order Tech Solutions LLP, a company that was founded in 2019 by experienced IT professionals working with tier 1 IT companies in India, such as Infosys and Tech Mahindra. There's so much more to them. Let's find out. Manav Singhal, the platform is all yours.
Yeah, thanks, Sriram. Thanks, everyone, for inviting me. So this is Manav. So we started this Order Tech last year, and the idea was like we need to do some niche work in the AI and IoT field. And my solution, which I am trying to present today, is addressing the problem of remote education. Okay, so people in India, rural India, are facing a lot of challenges due to pandemic, which is going on, and they don't have resources. Some rural households have mobile phones, but they're not having good internet connection. So there's a lot of challenge for at least for rural and poor students. So my idea is to build a complete ecosystem, including the hardware and software, and we are leveraging Raspberry Pi as hardware, and we have trained our model for basically it will do the conversion of language, because most of the content, good content, interactive content is in English. So we want to take it to the native languages like Hindi, Punjabi, Bengali, Tamil, Telugu, and we have been experimenting with a good model, okay, which has been launched by Facebook, which does a multilingual conversion. And this system will also have a mechanism where student will be asked a question in between. So this will be working as an independent solution without any internet connection, and very low power solution. It can work on a 15-volt battery, Okay, and it will have a monitor, 15-inch monitor, and a Raspberry Pi, and we want to basically raise around 25 lakhs for the software. Okay, and we are even needing help for the hardware procurement, so that can be through DBT scheme or through a CSR fund. Okay, so the idea is to bring the students to that level where they are at par with the urban students. Okay, and this will have even the intermediate like testing, as I told, right? It will have an interactive thing, like based on the response of the student, it will judge whether student is working fine or not, and then it will have plagiarism check, no copying of the responses, and it will also have face detection intermediately, so that the student whose learning is only present, no proxies happening actually. And if any report is any tampering or anything happens, then it will be reported to the local teacher and parents also, and escalated to principal. So we want to roll it out. Basically, we have the POC ready by February of 2021, and we want to pilot by May 2021. Okay, and pilot it to at least 2,000 students initially, and then take it to 5,000, 10,000, and 50,000 students. So I feel that this solution can be a path breaking, and at least the our 179 million rural students get advantage of that, and they are not left behind because of pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manav. Really thoughtful, and at the same time keeping it crisp and short. We wish you the very best for the upcoming year 2021. I request all the speakers to kindly drop your profiles in our open desk so that more and more like-minded people can connect with you. Make sure you take a stroll around the platform as well. We've got many exciting sessions happening all across the board. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next startup that's going to be taking center stage. We have with us Mohammad Zishan Alam from CastMe.
Shriram, just one question. Sorry to interrupt. I can just put my mail ID here in the message.
Well, you can. We have a desk. We have a open desk which is right outside at the platform.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Manav, if you put a message here, it'll only come to all of us. So if you want to reach a larger audience on the platform, there is a networking desk. You can put.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Manav. Ladies and gentlemen, I was telling you about CastMe, Mohammad Zishan Alam. They're a cloud gaming provider where you get to play, you get to learn, you get to explore any gaming virtual map, like a virtual school, a virtual college, virtual city, sports, stadium, company training scenarios, and so much more with your avatar created. Let's find out more. Mohammad Zishan, stage is all yours.
Hi, I'm Zishan, and as the Sriram has introduced my startup CastMe, that we are a cloud gaming provider, where you will be actually using your avatar character to go or explore any maps, any virtual map, like the college that he has given the examples, any city or any company training scenarios. So we do, and actually there's a lot of cloud gaming providers, like we take the examples of Google Stadia, but actually the one thing that separates us from others is providing the user to create their digital identity and use that digital identity to explore any virtual map. So how exactly this works, we have on our website, actually we're giving you a little demo, but actually the sharing screen is not here, but a pitch video has been provided here that you can see here for reference purpose. But here actually so what's the procedure here, that you have to go on our website. There's a tons of tutorial has been provided. You have to go through the tutorials that how you'll be creating your digital identity, your avatar character, and actually how you'll be creating your digital identity with just one photo. There has been all of the instructions have been provided. You will create your digital identity. Now, creating your digital identity requires just one photo, but that photo will be the studio quality photo captured in the studio environment and have to be a better lighting photo. You can see this in the video that has been provided, like the pitch video. And further, you will create your digital avatar character. That's avatar like as the same. It will be you will have the tons of customization for making that avatar character look like exactly like you. And that has been given the tutorials that you can watch through on our website and create the avatar character. After creating the avatar character, what happens is that you will get some options that how many virtual maps you will like to explore. Like you want to go in a college map, or you want to go through a virtual map, or you want to play a game with your avatar character. So actually, you can control. You play a game, but there's a default avatar character have been provided that every user have to use to play the games. But what happens here that every user now has their own avatar character, their own digital identity, and they use their digital identity to play the games or go through any company training scenarios and whatever all of the maps have been provided on our website. And now they use those avatar characters to actually control from any web browser. You can control from any web browser. There's no any like the software been provided. Everything controls being controlled from the web browser through the, even you can control it from the Android and any platform. So there is no any platform specific things. And because it cloud gaming is here, that you are directly streaming the content of the game to your platform. That's is a little more advantage through the cloud streaming games. And that's all what we have actually as of this time. And we are still developing the product. Like 80% of prototype have been developed, and actually we have some support. So that's it. We are likely to like have a presentation here. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. We recently heard of a college graduation ceremony where different avatars were used. So I'm guessing this is more into reality than ever before. Congratulations, and here's wishing you all the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, open mic. This is where we get to hear stories of some brilliant startups and all the work that they've been up to. 3 whole minutes, that's all each firm gets. And of course, without the aid of any presentations or anything, they just get to speak their heart out. They just get to speak their mind. Let's move on to our next startup that's awaiting us. Startup, is that right? It's Z with a TR with a startup.
It's right. We managed to get that domain name startup.com with an Z.
With a Z, that's right. It's startup.com with a Z from the UAE. What is Startup Village by MU? That's MU Emergency Business Incubator. It's Dubai's first private sector, multi-sector tech business incubator. Let's find out more. We have Shafi joining us to tell us about startup.
Hi, thank you, Sriram. We are startup.com with an Z, that is Z. We are United Arab Emirates' first private sector business incubator. We have a 10,000 square feet facility in central Dubai in an area called Wafi, which is a very prestigious location. We are sector agnostic. We work in the areas of technology, trade, services, arts, films, and music. So we also promote young musicians, filmmakers, and artists. We have 3 levels. One is through a selection process where we actually provide 1 year co-working space and all licenses free of cost. The second is where we actually seed invest. And the third is we provide co-working space where the startup has to actually pay us a fee if they are not part of the selected process. It's a world-class facility. We have 4 video conferencing room, including a 30-seater twin camera theater style video conferencing facility. We have 12 incubatees right now in healthcare, transport and travel, vlogs, podcast, fintech, and e-commerce. One of them have raised Series A of $2 million. And three of them are $1 million plus annual revenue and cash flow positive. So this is what we have to offer. We would like to offer to the Thai team, if Thai members come to Dubai, you're free to use our facility on short-term basis. We will make it open to you. We will formally inform the Thai team also about this. That's it from us.
Thank you so much, Shafi. That was wonderful to hear. It's also interesting because when you mentioned that you're looking at startups and you provide a lot of the approvals, how difficult is it for a startup, especially if they're moving from India and they want to look at a global platform to establish an entity or set up a company sort of in Dubai to access markets from Dubai, which probably cater to the UAE, Saudi, maybe some of the other Middle Eastern countries?
So it's actually very easy. All they need is to be here on a visit visa and have a valid visa and a passport with more than 6 months validity. And the cost for a startup right now, of course, if they are selected through our process, we provide the space free. So to get the license and visa, it'll be as low as ₹1 lakh per year. For a one-member team, and for every addition visa, they will have to add ₹50,000. Of course, Dubai UAE has just announced. In professional services, you get 100% ownership. In what they classify as commercial services, which would come under trading, e-commerce, etc., would come under commercial. You will have to go through a 51-49 structure, where the incubator, we actually hold 51% and the entrepreneur owns 49%. But on the day of incorporation itself, we sign a court document, agreement, by which the 51% beneficial interest is given back to the entrepreneur, along with the 51% voting rights. So effectively, though on paper we are a 51% holder, legally, through a legally enforceable agreement, 51% beneficial ownership and 51% voting rights go back to the entrepreneur.
And typically, how long does this process take?
So the incorporation takes 1 day. If he needs a resident visa, it will take, including the health checkup and all that, 7 working days.
That's interesting. Very quick in terms of getting set up for.
Yes, absolutely. Expansion. They are doing everything possible to compete with Singapore to attract startups from South Asia.
Oh, that's wonderful. No, I hope a lot of startups who are listening to this will also look at UAE as a base, especially if they want to tap into global markets and move and set up operations in other countries as well. Thank you so much, Shafi.
So Ekta, one last point is that especially all those startups from South Asia who have foreign exchange revenue, US dollar, euro revenue, please note that UAE is a zero tax regime. So it is the absolute tax efficient regime for a startup.
Sure. Thank you so much, Shafi.
Thank you, Sriram, and thank you, Ekta, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Yeah, Sriram, over to you.
Thank you so much. Great and lovely to see such varied businesses coming under the same platform of TIE Global Summit 2020. We have had an incredible array, like Murli was mentioning, from artificial intelligence to saris, all sorts of businesses, all under the same roof of TIE Global Summit 2020. We now continue with our next company that's joining us. Do we have Swarnim? Swarnim, are you shipping in for Praveen today? We have Swarnim with us.
Hi, Sriram.
Hi, Swarnim. Swarnim from G Express.
Yes.
Is that right? The company that was founded with a motto to fulfill the gap between organized and unorganized logistics. We'd love to hear more. Please go for it. The platform is all yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sriram. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Swarna Mittal. I'm the marketing manager at G Express, and I handle all the business development activities, marketing activities at G Express. So let me start with a brief introduction of G Express. So G Express started with a motto that small is important. So when Mr. Praveen Vashisht founded the gap, that in India there is a big gap between the unorganized and the organized sector of logistics. So imagine a seller who just registered on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, and suddenly he or she is bound by the custom clearance problems, documentation problems. Now, who is going to solve it? So then G Express came into the picture, and G Express all of a sudden founded a solution. And you will be surprised to know that we started from the small sellers. We helped them grew from our inception was done in 2016 May, and we started with small sellers, and suddenly they grew us and we grew them. So it's like they started their shipments by air. As you know, like we ship small shipments by air and the big shipments go by ocean. So suddenly, after 1 year or 2 years down the line, they came to the ocean shipments. And not only just the logistics sector, we also help them, the sellers, grow about, for example, somebody registered on Amazon. Now, how will they create shipments? How will they know about Amazon advertising, keywords? So we also help them about the business consultancy. So we have a strong expertise sales team who helps them, who helps the sellers in registering them or the VAT registrations. So we have our affiliate partners like Payoneer, Stelcore. These partners help us for the registrations as well. So apart from it, we are also looking for the investment currently. So that is, yeah. So that's all about G Express. So yes.
Thank you so much for giving us a peek. Thank you. And here's wishing you the very best. Make sure you leave your profile in our deck so that there is more and more networking, which is happening, of course, all across the platform. Thank you once again, Swarnim, for taking us through. Ladies and gentlemen, next startup is already raring to go. We have Safar Rahman with us from SpaceNext Aviation and Aerospace Research. They primarily focus on unmanned aerial vehicle research for design and manufacture of drones, dealing with medical, agricultural, surveillance, and other industrial applications. Let's hear it from Safar. Over to you, Safar.
Hi all. Good afternoon. This is Safar Rahman. I am the co-founder of SpaceNext Aviation and Aerospace Research. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak at TGS. So about us, SpaceNext is an aerospace startup. We primarily are aimed at dealing with aerial solutions for industrial problems. We are primarily focusing on research, design, and manufacturing of drones, dealing with all the medical, agricultural, surveillance, and other industrial applications. Our vision, in short, is to build the future of aerial transport, surveillance, and aerospace research. What sets us apart is that we develop we intend to develop a cost-effective solution for various industrial problems through the design and complete manufacture or part manufacture of all these drones. Our team has already worked with drone designs and drone-related mentoring in the past. The core team of SpaceNext being actively involved in social works. Otherwise, we came up with an idea to provide solutions using drones for certain prevailing social issues. From there on, we developed several different concepts, all of which are relevant market requirements at present. We also developed scaled down models of some of these drones to demonstrate its working principles. We have also come up with solutions in producing long-range autonomous drones, coupled with certain innovative mechanisms from our own to assist one single drone in performing variety of tasks for multiple scenarios. We are also working on significantly improving speed of the operation and reducing human errors by deploying artificial intelligence, IoT, and even blockchain for that matter. We target, our primary target are industries like hospitals, and hospitals in the sense basically the accident care entities and other disaster management areas. We will move on from there to other avenues which have a future prospect of having drones particularly as a solution. For example, like agriculture or afforestation, all those things. Yeah, so that's it. Currently, SpaceNext Aviation and Aerospace Research is looking for investments of around 50,000 USD, and also looking to expand our current team. To discuss any opportunity, feel free to write to us at contact@spacenext.in.
Thank you so much, Zafar. Very, very exciting world of drones, as the possibilities are lit in the sky. Truly is the limit, literally. You can contact Zafar, say hi to him as well. I request Zafar to leave his profile in the open mic desk so folks can connect with you. Plenty of networking opportunities. Be sure to drop in at the event desk and chat with like-minded people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next startup for open mic. We have Mr. Sunil Mehta from Virya Batteries Private Limited. Virya Batteries is a startup from the Battery Lab at IIT Bombay. It is formed to commercialize patented technology in lithium-ion cells by way of setting up the GWH scale manufacturing plant. Over to you, Mr. Sunil Mehta.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Sunil Mehta, CEO and co-founder of Virya Batteries. The company was incubated in November 2018 and is in the space of ultra-safe lithium-ion cells technology. It is known that lithium-ion batteries catch fire and explode at times. We have heard examples of battery fires of mobile devices and EVs. One of the major reasons for these fires is due to dendrite formation inside the cells. There have been, in last 6 months, 4 recalls by major automotive EVMs, Hyundai, GM, Ford, and BMW, on account of many battery-related fires in their EVs. These are expensive recalls, and with cost estimate of between $300 to $500 million to each company, our technology will help reduce such costs. Dendrite formation starts with lithium plating on the anode surface and grows into tree-like structures. Our technology has eliminated lithium plating, and there have been, and thereby making our cells dendrite-free, and hence our cells will not catch fire on account of dendrites. We plan to commercialize this technology by setting up a gigawatt-hour scale plant and grow from there. We will generate additional revenue with strategic licensing of our technology. We have a video that shows, for anyone later interested, that shows the impact of dendrite, where we took anodes of a commercial cell and our cell, which were exposed to open air after being charged. The commercial cell anode caught fire in 25 seconds, indicating presence of lithium metal on the anode surface, whereas nothing happened to our anode as no lithium metal is present on the anode surface. And besides safety from fire and explosion, dendrites have other negative effects on the cells, such as early failures before end of cycle life, catastrophic degradation of cells, slow charging rate due to blockage by dendrite, and sudden voltage drops. All such failures lead to replacement of these cells, either by way of change of the modules or entire battery pack. This is huge OPEX cost associated with this for the EV OEMs, and our cells would help reduce such costs. While we have USPs of dendrite-free, our cells are also offering higher energy density than the conventional graphite-based cells. Our cycle life performance is on par with global tier 1 cell performance. We have completed our scale up from lab scale to pilot scale, and the next step is to go to industrial scale and acquire paying customers. We have already raised $200,000 with which we have managed to scale from lab to pilot. And now we are looking to raise $3 million to go from pilot to industrial scale and acquiring paying customers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sunil Mehta. Congratulations on the journey so far. And here's wishing you the very best for the exciting year to come.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next startup that's waiting to take stage. I Am Your Genie is one of a kind virtual schooling platform that they have. To tell us more, I'd like to call upon Vaishnavi Rajalakshmi from Cosmic One Competitive Exams Institute Private Limited. Over to you, Vaishnavi.
Thank you for that warm welcoming, Mr. Sriram Sinha. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is presenting I'm Your Genie, the virtual schooling platform, because we believe one size doesn't fit all. So, I'm Your Genie is a visual schooling platform with AI and AR, which is a hybrid method of learning and that socializes kids with peers and doesn't leave out differently abled kids. Unlike others, we use satellite internet-enabled hyperlocal hubs to reach the remotest part of any nook and corner, promoting personalized learning for every kid. So we are incubated at AIC RISE in Coimbatore. Our vision is an impact measurable vision of SAGES having subject expertise for every student. The pain point that we are trying to address is the burdening of boarding extra online classes, education, and conventional schooling method that is putting stress on parents and parents and the students to pay more attention and manly hours for the purpose of one size fits all, and interactivity lacking during the session. There is no peer involvement, and it is non-user friendly for differently abled and underprivileged students. On the other hand, I'm Your Genie is AI and AR enabled gamified concept learning virtual schooling platform with blended method of teaching, enabling parents to pay for one platform for everything: extra classes, extra tuitions, even for sports and extracurricular activities to our hyperlocal hubs. Mainly, our hyperlocal hubs are powered with satellite internet facility to reach the remotest part of the country, of any country, that will enable kids to come enjoy learning with AI and AR and the internet stuffs. As you know, COVID has put out 300 million students just because they are not used and not accessible for online education. We wanted to rectify the problem with I'm Your Genie. The opportunity that we have cited is it is a CAGR 21% growing industry with a $1 billion 256. And the ask we are doing is 2 crore fund that will be split up for tech building, put upon hyperlocal hub initiative. We'll incentivize the remotest part students to come learn with us at the first time so that they get used to us and they'll continue learning without dropping it out. The impact that we will create is reduced inequalities, and we'll be very happy that we'll be creating more skilled labors and employment generation throughout, because hyperlocal hubs is also going to be powered with household people and others who are being unidentified just because they are not certified. And who believes us is the main part. We are Youth Collab India's top 30 social innovators, and eminent peoples like IAS and IPS officers from India and Mr. Punya Pratas and Eben Dhanesh, who are parts of AIC and even NITI Aayog, immensely trust us, and we have a networking of 10 to 15 colleges and schools that believes and motivates us to come with products. So our business model is a hybrid revenue model. We'll use CSR funds, government grants to set up hyperlocal hubs in remotest parts and in government schools, and we'll be selling the contents that we'll be producing for like B2B. It's a B2B business model. We'll be selling the contents with AI and AR customized for every schools and colleges that as per their need, and B2C is a virtual schooling platform. So we have validated that people are welcoming this idea because they need a change. And also we analyze that underprivileged students and differently able kids has to be inclusive, and they need a change on online education system. So thank you. So that's it.
Thank you, Vaishnavi, for that presentation. You truly were on fire. 3 whole minutes went off like that. Thank you for sharing your journey. And here's wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you so much. Looking forward.
We have our next startup that's going to be taking center stage. We have Mr. Amit Desai from SS's Hub. It's a talent assessment and predictive analytics platform to hire, to develop, and to retain talent. Let's hear more. I'm handing it over to Mr. Amit Desai.
Thanks, Sriram, for this introduction and the opportunity. So we are a skill assessment and a predictive analytics platform. Today, we are able to help companies predict future performance of a person even before they decide to make a hiring decision or they set them up on a developmental journey. We've been into this business for 5 years. Today, very proud to say that almost across all sectors, amongst the top 5 companies, 1 or 2 are definitely using our platform to make data-driven talent decisions. There are 3 core parts to our offering. One is the assessment tool that enables right kind of evaluation. The second is the technology platform that runs things at scale without any human intervention. So for example, today, by using our automated video evaluation, somebody like an Axis Bank is hiring people without any personal interview and just onboarding them based on our analytics capability. And the third portion is the analytics capability, where we built our own proprietary algorithm, where we use the assessment score as well as inherent organizational talent data like their last year's performance scores, demographical background, the vintage into the system, so on and so forth, 30 odd different data sets. It runs a correlation and makes a prediction in terms of what kind of performance bucket or productivity bucket a prospective employee or an existing employee can land into. We don't only stop that. What we do is once we process these data points, we also prove it to the organization that in near future, are these people able to exhibit the skills and competencies that we had recommended? And is that leading to performance? All of this data in a completely non-human intervented way goes back into the system, and the system's machine learning capability is able to learn better as more and more people are assessed and becomes even more accurate at predicting. Across 100 customers that we work with, we today have a prediction accuracy rate of over 80%. We've processed over 1 million people so far, and our focus lies purely at the bottom of the pyramid. So we are very sector agnostic and position specific. The core thing here is that the reason we built this organization is that the right talent is really, really hard to find. And the reason that is broken at this point in time is because the entire decision-making process is gut-based. We started this with an endeavor to try put an end to this by treating data at the center of every decision-making in the entire employee life cycle. Thank you so much. That's my time for today and for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amit, for that lovely presentation and keeping it so very short and precise and to the point. Really appreciate that. Thank you so very much. We have our next startup that's going to be taking center stage now. Pleo. Have you heard of Pleo? They have developed a web-based platform that allows educators to add multiple choice questions in the middle of any YouTube video to create a single learning item called a Pleo. Let's find out more about Pleo. Deepansh Mathur, over to you, Deepansh.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Deepansh. I'm a co-founder of Pleo. And yeah, so Pleo stands for basically personalized learning for interactive and open content. So I'll just quickly guide you through the problem that we're trying to solve. So in this post-COVID world, many students are moving to online learning platforms, and the ones that are hardest hit are the ones studying in government schools. So these students, they learn in their local languages, and India has about over 150 million students in government schools. And hence there has been a massive increase in adoption of online learning during this COVID-19 lockdown. A lot of non-profit Hindi language YouTube channels are gaining more and more views every month. And there are also large government-led efforts in place. For example, the Haryana government's Ghar Se Padhao campaign, which reaches to about 1 million students through 6,000 plus WhatsApp groups. So what is the problem here? The problem is that there has been a declining student engagement in the learning process in online learning because they are unable to find high quality local language contents. Those students have basically spent hours on YouTube trying to find a whole video in Hindi or in Bengali or in Kannada. And there's a lack of personalized videos because not every student learns on the same level. So there needs to be personalization. Every student needs to learn on their own level. So what is Pleo? Pleo is basically a web-based platform which will allow any creator or a teacher to layer multiple choice questions over any open video that's available on the internet and assign those questions to specific timestamp. So this whole interactive learning object is called a Plyo, and we send it to the kids. And as the process goes on, we collect data, we build a user profile on that basis, and then serve the user personalized recommendation so that they can perform their best in their according to their learning levels. And right now, our current MVP is being piloted in some districts of Haryana. We've been working very closely with our partner Avanti Fellows, whose user base we are using to test our MVP. And currently we have very good results compared to a normal passive YouTube video. We are seeing an increase of about 40 to 50% retention, and that directly affects the learning level of the students. So right now our audience in phase 1 is low income background students in rural areas and government school students who basically learn in Hindi language. And we are focusing on grades 9 through 12. And yeah, we are making Plyo the first open source free platform for all learners with focus on local language content mapped to the student learning levels. And so what we are looking from this event is partnerships and collaboration. So we are currently in progress of setting up partnerships with CSF, Samagra, Government of Haryana. And we are also working with research fellows from a few education universities like Arizona State University, MIT, University of Columbia. And I'm very proud to announce that we were selected in the 7th cohort of the Nudge Foundation, and we have recently received a grant prize of about $100,000 from the Mortgage Fund from Family Foundation. And yeah, so that is it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dipansh. Over the last few months, the number of people who are on YouTube and watching the videos is a very, very interesting space to be at. Wish you all the very best with Plyo. Thank you so much for being on our platform. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next startup that's going to be taking center stage. We have Farhan from Sare Music. Am I saying that right? Sare Music?
Absolutely, that's correct. Thank you for having us.
Sare says that the problem is that the entertainment needs of people who absolutely love and adore Indian classical music are significantly underserved. You definitely have a solution for it. Sare Music, Farhan, over to you.
Well, thank you very much for that intro. So my name is Farhan. I'm the founder CEO of Sare Music. And like Sriram said, Sare Music is solving a big problem. And our solution is that Sare Music is the music streaming app for Hindustani and Indian classical music with really rare and exclusive content that you just cannot find anywhere else. So you can listen to your favorite classical music, whether it's Khayal or Thumri or Dhurpad or Mand or Ghazal, what have you, and you can hear your favorite classical ustads and pandits anytime, anywhere, because it's a mobile app. It's like your Spotify for the genre. You can download it for free. There's no credit card required. You have 1 free hour of listening. You can listen to anything that you want on the app. After that, just a very simple payment authentication for a monthly, half yearly or yearly plan, and which you can easily do with your Visa, MasterCard or your Google Play or iTunes account. And then you can have unlimited access to the whole platform. It's just a fabulous app. You have, if you love classical music, you have to go check it out. Download it from the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, and you'll be able to listen to everything. Just for you guys, we have an exclusive discount. It's TIEGS 2020. That's the promo code. So when you go on to do the payment authentication, make sure you enter that code. I'll repeat it. It's TIEGS 2020. And you'll be able to get a 20% discount just for you guys. If you're a content rights holder, we want to hear from you. We're always looking to add more content. Even right now, we release new content every single week. So please get in touch with us. If you're an investor, we are in the middle of our $300,000 round, of which 103% of it is already committed. So please get in touch if you're interested in this large, underserved market, which has really exciting growth potential.
Thank you so much, Farhan. Can you just repeat the code that you did mention for all the fans of indie classical music per se?
Absolutely. TIE for the Indus Entrepreneurs, GS for Global Summit 2020. So TIE GS 2020. That's the promo code, which is exclusively for you guys.
Thank you
It's
so
only
much.
valid till 31st December, Sriram. So if you wanna, you know, that you can use it. You have to use it before 31st December to get it.
There you go. Thank you so much, Farhan, for treating us with some great music, Sare music, and all the very best. Congratulations once again for.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Interesting things that are happening around the circuit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next startup that's taking center stage, we have Mr. Narasimha Rao, who is joining us. Home repair services with supervisor monitoring to achieve 100% satisfaction. That's Jigyidi for you. Over to you, Mr. Narasimha Rao.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Kyle for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of you. Jigyidi is basically a home services company. I'm the co-founder of Jigyidi. My name is Narasimha Rao. So Jigyidi provides services to the customers, electricians, carpenters, plumbers, all these technicians we provide to customers. We are already into the market from last 4 years. Every year we are doing more than 5 crores turnover. And now we are expanding our services and we are planning for 100 crores turnover coming year. Our services are available across Hyderabad. We have a future plans to expand to other cities as well. We have a strong competitors. Still we are able to make good progress. This is completely a bootstrapped company. We have in Hyderabad all over 40,000 customers, and we are getting more than 40,000 orders per year. We have 50% repeat customers, and new customers are references from the existing customers. From last 2 years, we are not spending on the marketing. This is completely a bootstrap. Our new customers are coming from the references altogether, and we have serving tickets, bigger tickets like more than 1 lakh tickets, electrician, woodwork, fall ceiling, waterproofing, and all together. So we are in a plans to expand to other parts of the Hyderabad. We have a plan to make 100 crores turnover in coming 1.5 years. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Narasimha Rao. Completely bootstrapped and year on year, 5 crores. Congratulations. Any plans of expanding to other cities?
First of all, we want to do 100 crores turnover in Hyderabad. We have that potential to make in Hyderabad. Then we will look up further for other cities.
Well, thank you so very much for joining us, and congratulations once again. Wishing you the very best for the upcoming year to come.